Today is all about red light therapy. I've got a giant sale on the Live Young 8-in-1 wireless LED mask. It is now 50% off. It retails for $395. It is $197.50. So under $200 with code LYMASK50. LYMASK50 gets you 50% off of this red light therapy mask. That's why I was telling everybody, if you're on the fence about buying a red light therapy mask, wait until today, because it's only going to be on sale. This is 50% off, you guys. I can do this because it's my own company. It's my own mask. And I want to make sure that everybody can get that. And while you are thinking about getting this massive sale at 50% off, think about the holidays and who you could be giving this for a gift. For under $200, it's a mask valued at $395. I'm going to show you guys and teach you guys all about red light therapy today and about different light spectrums, because it's not just red or near infrared. There's multiple different light spectrums that are great for your skin. We're going to go over all of them today, and I'm going to show you how to enter the giveaway to win this mask valued at $395. Again, you can get it at any time as of now with the code for 50% off with code LYMASK50. So LY, the word mask, and 50. $197.50, you guys. And it's a better mask than what is on the market. I'm not kidding you. I did not spare any expense with this mask. And we're going to go over all of that. So let me just take this off real quick. Incredible value, incredible value. So let me just take that off. This is the Live Young 8-in-1 wireless LED mask. You can see that it's very different than other red light therapy masks on the market today, but we are going to get into all of the benefits of red light therapy and all the different light spectrums. So anybody who is wanting that code, you can go to liveyounglifestyle.com. I'm going to tell you a couple different ways that you can get that code that are going to be the easiest. You can go to liveyounglifestyle.com, hit the menu button, get to red light mask, get to the mask, and put in the code at checkout, LYMASK50. Another way that you can do this is not here, but on my most recent post, on any post really, comment the word or just DM me the words red light. It will get you a link to the mask with the discount. Make sure you put in that code LYMASK50 for 50% off. And yes, the lady dying, now it just like went up, no cords, absolutely no cords. And that's what makes this very different than what's on the market today. I'm a multitasker, everybody. I do multiple things to my skin, to my body, to biohack longevity while I'm just going about daily living. And so when I was using masks like this, I'll just show you real quick. This is the Omnilux. I priced it right after this. This is $395. And mine is $395 retail. Now you can get it for $197.50. But look at the difference in this mask. The way that it attaches to the head versus mine. These are two Velcro closures. So you have to fish through this little eye hole every single time. Same here. You fish through and attach. This is a one snap attachment. I'm going to show you how easy it is to put the mask on, okay? So I can do one of two things. I can turn it on first. You charge it here. I can turn it on first here, then snap it on if I want. This is how easy it is to put on. Put your head in the mask. That's it. One Velcro closure. And it's very different in the size of the eye holes. You can see in these two masks side by side, the size of the eye holes, very much larger on my mask. Why? Because I want to be able to walk down the stairs carrying laundry and not trip, not have my eyesight hindered. Why? Because women, especially postmenopausal women, perimenopausal women, postmenopausal women, we have genetically, not genetically, but predictably, statistically, less dense bones. And so as we age and that estrogen drops and we lose that bone density, we want to make sure that we're being safe. And I did a whole show on age-proofing your home. The majority of falls do not happen when you're out and about on uncharted territory. The majority of falls happen in midlife in your own home. And so I want to make sure that I can see as I'm maneuvering around. I give it a little bit more feminine mouth shape, larger eyes. And yeah, this is most people's version of wireless. You charge this goes inside, and then you carry this thing around with you to turn the mask on. I don't always have pockets. I'm oftentimes in exercise clothes. The waistband of the exercise band was something I was dealing with, or I was putting it down my cleavage. That's not wireless, because you still have to carry around this cord. This is wireless in that this is the battery. You charge this separately. Then it attaches with a magnet on the front of the mask. That's like next level. So super soft, much thinner. I'll take this off. Much thinner than masks on the market, which is why it's so much more comfortable. And I would say this, if you're not comfortable in your mask, you're not going to use it. I have worn some very uncomfortable contraptions over the years when they first started coming out with these masks. And I'm going to tell you right now, it will stop you from using it. So if you're not comfortable, see the difference in the thickness? That's because they sandwich the diodes in between silicone. I put mine right on the surface. You see the bumps versus no bumps here? That's a big difference. So I'm getting more closer to the surface area, more lights, more diodes than my competitor by far, more surface area. Let me see if I can plug this in. More surface area covered. So my goal was to source a mask, work with the company in China, which I did, to develop it and change it a little bit, and then make it the same price as my competitor. So when you look at these two masks together, my surface area that I'm covering is much bigger. I don't know if you can see that, but I bring my diodes way more out to the surface, to the sides of the skin. So much more surface area covered. So those are the kind of the things that you want to look for when you're looking for a red light therapy mask. And we're going to get into wavelength. You want to make sure it's the correct wavelength. And what does that wavelength look? This is how I have to put this back on. Now you can see the dilemma, because you have to fish this back through. It's a really easy fix. I don't know why. And I've been working with these companies for a long time. I've suggested the fixes, but I guess it's not enough. It's not worth the money because they're selling them anyways. But I'm telling you, my mask is just loads and worlds different than what is on the market today. Let's talk about this. How you enter the contest, that's going to be when I post this to my main feed, which I'm going to do. You'll have the directions in the caption there to enter the contest. One of them is, you got to be following me. I mean, you can't just come on the show and come on my handle to win the prizes, because I give away prizes every Saturday from now through January, or to the beginning of January. Now throughout 2025, we're giving away prizes every Saturday. So yeah, share this with your friends. The way that you will enter is once I post it to my main feed, which will be right after this show. Give me 15 minutes after this show and I post it to my main feed. You're going to make sure you follow. You're going to give it a like. You're going to tag your 3 friends. And I think that was it. But it'll all be in the caption, right? I'm just going to scroll up here and see if there was any questions before I get into that. So how do we, is it battery operated? How long does it last? Yes, it's lithium battery. You charge it right here. I kid you not, when I go on vacation, if I'm gone for like a couple of weeks or I go to visit my family, I don't bring the charger. It will hold a charge for about a month. Yeah, it's really, and in addition, I give carrying cases. I don't have it now, but I can open this up. I'm going to open this up and show you exactly. This will be the one that one of you guys is going to win. Okay, so it won't have the plastic around it, but I'm going to ship it directly from my home. So I want to show you exactly what you're getting inside each box, okay? Hold on. Here it comes. Okay, so here's the mask, all laid out for you. You take the mask out. Let's see if I can move this back a little bit so you guys can see. I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up. You take the mask out. Then underneath here, you pull this up. This is just a little thing. You'll see that there is a brochure that shows you all of the different spectrums. So here's the brochure for the Live Young 8-in-1 wireless LED mask. It shows you the different spectrums and what they do, which we're going to go over. It has a traveling case for the mask itself. It has a traveling case for the lithium battery. So you literally just pop this off and you've got a traveling case for your little battery as well. So hold on one second. We'll get back over here. Boop. Okay, then you open up this little box and in here is your battery. So that's your battery. It should come fully charged. So it's ready. This is the battery I just took out of the box to start your treatment already. It comes fully charged. There has been one occasion from a retreat goer that their battery did not come fully charged, but the battery comes fully charged. So we'll stick that in there. And you guys, I want to just tell you something. I had an option of putting the little cat ears on. This is a mask made by a woman for women. I liked the little pussy hat from the Women's March. And I thought, like, I'm just going to stick that on a mask because why not? So it is a much more feminine looking mask, partly because of that, partly because of the shape of the eye holes, partly because it gives like a little bit more of a profile definition, but I just thought it was adorable to put the little cat ears on there. So that's what we did. When you click this, let me do this before. There is a setting for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Click it once. Hold on, let me turn it off and start again. So this is off. Long hold turns it on. Okay, so it's now on red. If I were to attach this, you'll see that it's red. Okay, so it's on red. So it'll show you right here what spectrum light you're on as well. Double click brings you to 10 minutes. Then you can toggle through them and it'll get you red, near infrared, blue. We're going to go through all of these. And then a long hold to turn it off. Like I said, the battery lasts at least a month and I use it daily. So it's a very strong, long-lasting battery. Inside here, this little box, so we already have the little carrying case. You've got the battery. These are the eye protectors. They insert right inside these holes so that if you are sensitive to your eyes with light or your ophthalmologist or eye doctor has said, you know, you've got glaucoma or something that you should not be having light in your eyes, it will completely, it's like blackout shades for a mask. And they insert and they're comfortable. They're comfortable. I made everything comfortable. Why? Because if it's not comfortable, you're not going to use it because I'm not going to use it if it's not comfortable. They insert right inside the mask. So here are the little Velcro cloth, again, comfort, big area to attach. Like you can do this blindfolded, right? It's very, very simple to do. I'm going to put this aside. These attach right into your mask. So we go outward. I'm going to show you guys real quick. This is the only assembly required is you just attach the straps, which you attach the straps in every mask, right? The masks don't normally come with the straps attached. But I made these washable. You can stick them in the washing machine. Make sure you put them in a little laundry bag or else the Velcro might snag a lot of your other clothes. But you can hand wash them. You can stick them in the washing machine in a little bag. That's it. That's the assembly of the mask. And again, you already had the battery inside there. So that's what is coming for the winter. And it's valued at $395. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if there's any other questions. I already told you how to enter the giveaway. I have a 2.5-year-old Omnilux that's become weaker. What makes this one better? I'm going to get into it right now and I'm going to tell you why, you guys. there's so much more to learn. I want to make sure that can it charge internationally? Let me show you the little battery thing. There's so much more to learn, everybody, about red light that is not being taught right now. And not just red light, but all the different light spectrums. I just had it in here. Hold on one second. It can, because here's the, well, that's not the thing. Hold on one second, I'll get it. I'll get it. This is what charges the battery. So you've got this little charger that hooks right in. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. It does not come with the little box. So you plug this into the box, and whatever country you live in, you just get a box that has this as at the other end, and you can charge it wherever you live. We're now looking into shipping internationally. If you do not live it's easier to do in Canada and things like that, but if you do not live in the United States and if you've tried to order this, because we are in the middle of making this available internationally, if you go to the website or you comment red light, not here, but if you comment it on the post and you get the link to this mask at the discount is 50% off with LY mask 50, and it's only going through Cyber Monday. So I can't keep the price like that for the whole season, everybody. But I can do that through Cyber Monday. So start thinking about Christmas gifts for people, right? $197 for this mask is ludicrous. And it always borders on lunacy here, but yeah, that's crazy. Yes, that's what I need to know about internationally. Okay, great. Okay, let's get into what the heck. Oh, Zippy says, does red light melt facial fat? Nope. I read that I think current body reviews with claims it can. Red light does not melt facial fat. And I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to show you exactly the depths that each light spectrum goes and why it's so important. Not important. Listen, none of this shit's important to anybody. Like, in the whole scheme of life, a red light therapy mask is not the most important thing. There are other things. So nobody needs any of this crap, right? But does it work? Does it make your skin look better? Absolutely. And there are tons of research to back that up. So let's just talk about first the science behind red light therapy. It's been around for a long time, first introduced kind of in the 60s when NASA was using it to help heal astronaut wounds up in space. And so it got a lot of research based on that. I feel like you need it too. I feel like I need it. Listen, we don't need it, but we kind of need it, don't we? It's like, I can tell you this. I would not come out with a product, and it's the same with the supplements. I would not come out with a product that I didn't feel was better than what was on the market. Otherwise, why would I do it, right? The same with the supplements. My supplements are the highest quality. They're pure. There's no toxic heavy metals, nothing like that. If I'm going to come up with a supplement that I'm going to put in my body, I'm going to make sure that it's the best of the best. It's the same thing with stuff that I do with my skin. I come up with these things because there's a missing element in the marketplace that I feel like either people aren't bringing the cost of their devices down low enough for normal people to be able to afford them, or they're just missing an element. And this is missing a lot of elements. I don't know what the flipping off is, but I love that. I don't know what happened. Okay, let's talk about the science. So these are some statistical, not scientific studies. Sorry, I don't know what, let me get my mushroom coffee. I gotta wake up a little bit more here. Oh, it wasn't a flip off. Somebody was pointing. No, it was a middle finger. Okay, I am going to, let's write down, I love doing this when I can write down somebody's name and then just block them afterwards. So if somebody's being an asshole, we can just block them. I love that. Hold on. Okay, now let's talk about a little bit of the science behind red light. Yeah, they'll just go away. Listen, you're on the wrong channel, dude. okay? You want to talk about menopause? You want to talk about hormone replacement therapy? You want to talk about like women's stuff, periods? What will get you to get off of here? Some people are just, yeah, they have nothing better to do. Okay. Yeah, it's a boy. Joby Bob, yeah. Obviously, it doesn't matter what age. If somebody is acting like that, that's a child. That's a child. Okay. Accelerated wound healing. Like I talked about, they did this in space by NASA. There was a lot of research dumped into it from there. So that was amazing. There's a lots of, listen, if you belong to the newsletter, when you get that newsletter on Tuesday, you'll see all of the research that I'll cite for each of these. I'm just going to breeze through them really quick. Can you send the link so that I can purchase? Yes. Darnell, I'm never going to be able to say that. When I post this to my main feed, which is coming up, or you can just DM me the word microneedling, you'll get the link, or you can go to liveyounglifestyle.com, click on the menu button for red light therapy for masks, put in the code LYMask50, you'll get 50% off. The easiest way to do it is after I post this to my main feed, just comment the word microneedling. It'll get you the free guidebook that's on the website. It'll get you a link to, not microneedling, oh my God. Comment red light, sorry. It will give you the link to the mask with the discount. I'm gonna turn that off for a second. Give you the link to the mask with the discount. And if you wait, later on it'll give you the link to this live show. But if you just want the mask right now, which I would suggest because I'm only gonna do it while supplies last. I think I have like 300 more. Oh no, that's not true. I think I have 5. Once these 500 masks are gone, it's either that or Cyber Monday, whichever one comes first. Okay, so accelerated wound healing, we talked about reduced inflammation. There's lots of research that demonstrates red light therapy can decrease inflammation markers. So there's a lot that studies that show that red light exposure helps control inflammatory responses in tissue. So if you've got any sort of inflammation, even things like arthritis, red light therapy can help. Enhanced muscle recovery. Red light therapy has been shown to lessen muscle fatigue and to speed up recovery after exercise. I'm going to give you all the sources for that as well. Improved skin. Yep, there is research on improved skin. A reduction in acne lesions, reduces the severity of acne, improves skin appearance. That's in the British Journal of Dermatology. Diminishes appearance of scars and stretch marks. Yes, red light therapy can do that. It's used to heal and restore tissue, promoting smoother skin, all of that, anti-aging effects. There's a lot of research in that. So red light boosts collagen production, reduces wrinkles, and improves skin elasticity. It's in the clinics in plastic surgery, and it literally, I'll give you the 2008 study. Doesn't it need to be light over the whole body for inflammation reduction? No, it does not. If you have inflammation will accumulate not uniformly throughout your body. If you have an injury, if you've got things like arthritis, if your estrogen is dropping and you're starting to get that joint pain, it's not like your whole body gets inflamed at the same time. I will use a red light therapy or drape this over my hand and use red light therapy to decrease arthritis symptoms in my hands. Why? Because that's inflammation. So I'll use red and near infrared, and we're going to get into the difference in just a second. But yeah, and pain relief. So if you've got have you ever been spending too much time on your phone and you're starting to get that joint right here that is so painful, red light therapy, putting something over your hand can help. Pain relief. Research supports the use of red light therapy in chronic pain, including joint and neuropathic pain. You guys know what I'm trying to say. When you've got those nerve endings that are kind of dead. Hair growth stimulation. iRestore has that great cap, and you'll see all of the red light therapy, all of the caps that promote hair stimulation. It's a combination of red and near infrared, which we're going to get into. But there is literal research that backs this up. Improved mood and sleep quality. Recent studies show that red light therapy may enhance sleep quality and regulate circadian rhythms, improving mood, especially in athletes. It's only because that particular study was in athletes. So they deduced that particularly in athletes. For everybody. I don't know about you, but I consider myself an athlete to a certain extent. Improved mood. So enhanced cellular function. Red light therapy increases mitochondrial activity. So it's adding energy to the cell, and joint health and mobility. So all of that, I've got research to back that up. So that's the conclusion. Specifically derived through LED and non-laser devices, offers a broad range of scientifically supported health benefits, including skin rejuvenation, accelerated healing, pain relief, improved recovery, better sleep, and joint support. And then it says, while research continues, it's basically safe for everybody. Red light, that's not near infrared. And we're going to get into that in just a second. And the thing that is very interesting is that most red light therapy masks, most LED masks, most laser masks, all contain near infrared. If you are somebody that suffers from melasma, that is a risk I would not advise you to take. And it might not happen right away. You can say, I've had this red light therapy mask that combines red and near infrared for 5 years now, and it's never affected my skin. In fact, my skin is great. It is a fine line between making your skin great and making your hyperpigmentation worse. And sometimes it's just a matter of time. So for my clients who suffer from hyperpigmentation or melasma, and you've spent years trying to not recover, it's not like you're dying from it or anything, but years treating it to get a smoother, more even skin tone, what you don't want to do is take 3 steps backwards when you think you're improving your skin. For craft's sakes, what about pigmentation? Would you recommend it? Yeah, I've got the green light, which we're going to get into. Let's talk about red light real quick. For craft's sake, I got you covered. This is why, when somebody asked earlier, if I already have like the Omnilux or I've had this for a long time, why would I want yours? I'm going to tell you right now. Red light, which we already talked about, is 630. This is a 630 nanometer wavelength. So when we're looking at red light, this is the visible light spectrum. I know it's backwards for you guys. I'm so sorry. This is the visible light spectrum. You've got your gamma rays, your X-rays, your UV light, your infrared, your radio waves. The visible light spectrum is right in here between UV and infrared. This whole spectrum lies right there. And you can see in the the frequency, you can see in the shortness of the waves when we're looking at blue light, violet light, and blue light. This is shorter than when we're looking at near infrared and red light, which is much longer wavelength. So let me just try to explain this very briefly. The shorter wavelengths with blue, violet, all of these, when that light hits your skin and those wavelengths hit your skin, it is more surface level. Because it's when that curve happens, boom, that is the level that is going to hit your skin. So when we're looking at red light at my red light is 630 nanometers. When we're looking at something that's that 630 nanometers, again, stimulates collagen and elastin production, softens fine lines. This is true for all red light. Well, some are made, not all red light therapies, masks are made the same. Some are less powerful than others. Some don't have as many diodes. Some are less comfortable. But let's just assume that you've got a kick-ass mask, right? That is FDA cleared. FDA cleared. FDA cleared. So Omnilux is FDA cleared. My mask is FDA cleared. How is that different than being FDA approved? FDA approved, you have to run your own studies. FDA cleared is, if we can just get back to like a little bit of algebra, it's like if A equals B and B equals C, it stands to reason that A equals C. That's FDA cleared. Does that make sense? So my mask does what it claims to do. And similar masks in the marketplace that have the same wavelengths, my mask is FDA cleared, meaning it works. You can pay the extra to get FDA approved and run your own independent studies, which I'm not going to do. I already know that red light therapy works. I already know that my nanometers of wavelength in each of these different color spectrums coincides with major changes in the skin. So I don't need to spend the money to do an FDA approved thing when I worked my ass off to get this FDA cleared. So that's a big deal, everybody. Okay, so we talked about it already. Decreases inflammation, improves lymphatic drainage. Anytime you're increasing circulation in the skin, you're improving lymphatic drainage. You're increasing circulation in the skin, you're usually decreasing inflammation. So any of the light spectrums that increase that increase circulation are helping with a lot of those things. Lymphatic drainage, brightening the skin, all of that. So increases circulation, decreases inflammation, improves lymphatic drainage, speeds wound healing, boosts mood, and aids in hair growth. So that is the red light. It's well established that the red light spectrum of 630 nanometers to 680, again, mine's 630, has major changes in the skin. It is well researched and well documented, as I cited all those sources in the beginning, and you will get that in the newsletter. But let's think about this. What other light sources can affect the skin? And if we think about the fact that UV light, when we cannot see UV light, it still affects the skin, right? So let's look what happens when UV light hits the skin. When ultraviolet light, UV light, hits the skin, it initiates a series of biological reactions. This is light you can't even see. We know that red light creates biological reactions in the skin. It's well documented. We know that UV light creates biological reactions in the skin. So first, UVB rays interact with the skin's converting D3, vitamin D3, which is transformed to the active D3 in the body. Additionally, it exposes, and UV exposure stimulates the production of melanin in melanocytes, leading to, so think about this. This is all happening in our skin when we walk out into the sun. Then it can create tanning as a natural protective response, and it can trigger DNA repair mechanisms. In excess, it can cause cellular damage, inflammation, sunburn, right? That is all happening when UV hits our skin. So does anyone doubt that ultraviolet light makes changes in the skin? No, because we can see it, right? And if we understand that invisible UV light causes changes in the skin, other light spectrums also do the same. So now let me talk about the near infrared. One of the main reasons why I came up with this mask, I launched this mask, is not to make a ton of money, because that's not where I make my money, you guys. I'm a coach. I'm a really great one-on-one coach. I'm a really great coach when it comes to coaching in a group. This is what I think I'm supposed to do, not come up with a mask. But when I saw a gap in the market and I saw clients of mine unable to use typical red light therapy masks because they all combined near infrared, that's when I decided to launch a mask that kept the red and the near infrared separate. So this is the near infrared. Near infrared is colorless. I put a little bit of red spectrum in it so you didn't think that the mask was off. We don't want you to think the mask is off and then you're just trying to turn it back on. So when we look at this, let me take this off for a second. I'm going to go back to the red. This is the red. Now here's the near infrared. It's the next one. See how it's just lightly pink? It's invisible. But that doesn't mean that those rays, that wavelength is not going through my skin. It is. In fact, it goes way deeper than red light. Near infrared goes way deeper. Near infrared is at a nanometer of about 800 to 880 nanometers. So when you look at this, infrared, near infrared, it's deeper. It's on this side of the spectrum. So it's deeper and longer wavelengths even than red. And red light will go down, I think it was like 3 millimeters deep. Near infrared will go 5 to 10 millimeters deep. It can go as deep as bone. It can go as deep as bone marrow. And in fact, near infrared, not on a mask like this, obviously, but near infrared technology is used to help heal traumatic brain injuries. So that's how deep near infrared can go. If you have a tendency to have melasma or you have suffered from melasma in the past, near infrared can trigger melasma and it might not happen right away. It takes 30 days to see any result from any mask. Anybody tells you different, it's a lie. 30 days is the skin cycle, and it takes about that long of you using it every single day for you to see the benefits of your skin. If you're using it every single day, your melasma is not going to be triggered you're not going to see it in day 1. You could be using it every single day and still triggering your melasma. You have to be very careful when you're using masks on the market if you're somebody who's highly susceptible to that. It might not be anybody here, but I would not want anybody using my mask and having to take 2 steps backwards to treat all of the melasma. So I separated it. You can either whatever. Very cute profile picture though. You can get it on Live Young Lifestyle. Just use the code LYLMask50 for 50% off. Please send them to your family. I'm a small company, you guys. It's just me. It's me and my little assistant Janie, who I love. But think about that in terms of like gifts that you give. The end price of this, taking 50% off, is under $200. It's $197.50. It will not be this low, and you cannot find a mask of this quality for this price. You can't. It retails for the same price as Omnilux. Why? Because it's a better mask. And I wanted to give a better mask that could do more things for the same price. But I also have the ability to slash it in half. And that's what I'm doing through Cyber Monday. So make sure you use that code. If you win the mask in the drawing and you buy it anyways, I will refund your money if you want me to. If you want me to send you an extra mask, I'll send it to you. If you already bought it from the sale, making sure that we had inventory, great. Buy it from the sale, and then if you win it, if I draw your name next week and you win it, I'll refund you the money. Right? That seems fair. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we see even things that we don't know, we can't see the effect on our skin like UV light. We know that there are biological responses, right? So near infrared, which is 800 to 880, which is hidden in a lot of red light therapy masks. Why? Because it goes deeper. And so they're getting it on 2 different levels in the skin. They're getting the level of collagen production. Let me see if I have something like that. Yeah, I do. Here we go. It's giving you 2 different levels in the skin. And this is what I was talking about with the short wave of the blue and then the violet. You've got green, you've got orange, you've got yellow, you've got orange, you've got red, you've got the near infrared. So near infrared can go, like I said, deep tissue, deep tissue. Can do a lot of different things. Penetrates deeper into the skin to amplify the treatment. So when they're adding red and near infrared, they're adding the near infrared to amplify the treatment of the red. So that's the reason for doing that. But near infrared by itself, let's look at this, all backed by research. When near infrared at 850 nanometers, which is the nanometers on this mask, penetrates the skin, it reaches deeper tissue compared to visible red or UV light. So it goes deeper than UV light, deeper than red light. The wavelength stimulates mitochondrial activity, so it's increasing ATP production, energizing that cell. Think about what that does for healing. Think about what that does for circulation, for lymphatic drainage, for inflammation. That's the beauty of near infrared. It goes deeper and it's more, I would not do a near infrared by itself for skincare. I do near infrared for inflammation, for multiple different things. But if you were to just buy a mask only with near infrared, that's going to be more for pain relief, for inflammation, for circulation, for anti-inflammatory. They pair it with the red to give it a boost in the treatment, if that makes sense. Okay. So additionally, let's just keep going. It can stimulate collagen synthesis, contributing to skin rejuvenation repair. Unlike UV light, near infrared does not cause tanning or any DNA damage, making it a safe modality for therapeutic use most of the time, unless you are highly triggered, your melasma is highly sensitive, then no, skip that one, okay? So I'm just going to give you the highlights. Supports deep tissue. We're talking about near infrared again. So I'll go to the next one. This is near infrared, which on my mask shows up as pink. Supports deep tissue healing and regeneration. I use it a lot when I microneedle. Reduces inflammation and pain in muscles and joints. I drape it over my hands for my arthritis. Improves circulation by promoting vasodilation. Hello. That is what, it's that vasodilation of the blood cells, of the, oh my God. I cannot think of the word. I need a little bit of mushroom coffee. Vascular of the blood vessels. Oh my God. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. Vascular dilation of the blood vessels does a lot of things. It helps with lymphatic drainage, with circulation, with all of that stuff. It also helps lower blood pressure. Think about that. Anytime that's why I use the big panels as well, the big red light therapy panels. And you can get to all of the other red light therapy devices that I use, like the panels, the mats, all of that stuff, but under Darnell's favorites on Live Young Lifestyle. So you click over to the protocols menu button and you can click on Darnell's favorites. It gives you all the links. Okay, so accelerated wound healing, we're again on near infrared. Mine is 850 nanometers. The spectrum is like 800 to 880. Promotes collagen synthesis and skin rejuvenation repair, enhances skin radiance, may aid in nerve repair and reduce, that whole neuropathy, discomfort, helps with muscle relaxation recovery after exercise. Here is the caution. I'm going to say it again for those just joining. While near infrared light at 850 nanometers is generally considered safe and beneficial for many skin concerns, individuals with melasma should exercise caution. Near infrared exposure may potentially stimulate melanocyte activity in some cases, which could worsen pigmentation or trigger flare-ups in susceptible individuals. That's why I separated them. It is advisable for those with melasma to consult a dermatologist before beginning near infrared therapy and to closely monitor skin during the treatment. Using appropriate sun protection and avoiding excessive heat exposure can also help minimize the risk of melasma aggravation. You understand? It might not happen right away. You could be using a red light therapy mask that's mixed with near infrared for a long time. All of a sudden you start going through a little bit of menopause or a little dip in estrogen. Those things combined, because everything is connected, boom, all of a sudden you've got flare up of melasma. Yes, code LYMask50. Thank you. Okay. So that is the caution. You can do a lot of great things for your skin only using red and near infrared spectrum. So listen, I represented this mask for a long time. It's a great mask. If you have it, don't throw it away. But let me tell you what else is available, because you're going to start seeing a lot of research done on various light spectrums, because doesn't it just makes sense, right? It's logical. If the red light can go to a certain level to create biological responses in the skin, then it makes sense that any other light can as well. And we're going to go through those right now. It's like saying, for somebody that is like, I have a red light therapy mask, it uses near infrared too, I don't have a problem with melasma, and it seems to treat everything. Yeah. But it's like saying, I want to improve my muscle mass, so I'm going to start doing yoga. I want to build big muscles and strong muscles, so I'm going to start power walking. Yeah, all of that stuff, Pilates will help define you. But if you really want to target that specific thing of let's build a big muscle, the easiest way to do that is let's lift the weight directly responsible for the contraction of that muscle. The same is true with light therapy. Yeah, you're going to get a good result with a red light therapy mask that combines red and near infrared, assuming that you have no risk of melasma being triggered. That doesn't mean that you can't get a better treatment with specifically targeting your specific skincare concerns. And that is what we're going to talk about right now. Because I will not go back to a mask that only has red and near infrared, because I'm toggling between these all the time. So you need to find out what is your specific skincare concern. This is not time to cheat off your neighbor's paper. See what your friend is doing. They have different skin than you. What is your concern? Okay. He dies. I don't know what that means, Izzy. He does red light the jokes. Oh, he does the jokes. Okay. Great. Yeah. And there's I got it. I got them all, you guys. I have them all. There's benefit to the Joves. The Joves is a laser, so it's hyper focused. So it's focused. Let's talk about this real quick since your husband uses it. I have it in here because I wanted to talk about it because I thought somebody was going to ask me what's the difference. They claim this is 6 times more powerful. It doesn't mean it's 6 times more powerful at treating sunspots. No, it doesn't. It's 6 times more powerful. That's what they're claiming because it is laser mixed with 3 other wavelengths. It's not just a laser mask. It's a laser mask at 1064 nanometers. It's red at 660 nanometers. And it has, let's see, it's got 660, it has 850, so it's near infrared and red. And then it's a little bit deeper than that goes in between that and the laser. So this isn't what you think it is. You don't have lasers beaming at you to improve your skin. It's multiple different wavelengths that they combine together and added a laser to penetrate to make it super pointed. So there's less I think that's dispersion of the light when it hits the thing, if that makes sense. It does not mean that it's going to give you a better result. Also, it's super expensive. And listen, do I use it? Yeah, I still use it. It's a little claustrophobic for me, but I still use it occasionally. It's sitting down in my whole basket full of red light, and occasionally I'll use it if I feel like, okay, I can hold my breath. I cannot eat and hold my breath for like 20 minutes and like kind of get in the zone. I'll put it on. But it's not taking the place of this at all. Not at all. So let's talk about blue light. Blue light. So red, near infrared, blue is the next one on the light spectrum. In fact, I'm going to use it right after this because I'm using a sleep mask these days and it literally like broke me out. So I'm going to use blue. Why? Because it's going to treat acne by killing bacteria. It's true. Reduces acne scars, shrinks pores, repairs sensitive skin, improves the balance of skin and water. So you have an oily skin, you're like, my skin is always oily. Blue light is your friend. It's going to help to regulate that. And also improves the balance of skin water levels. Like I said, reduces seasonal affective disorder if it's worn in the morning. So if you live in like Seattle, it's raining in LA. It's going to rain for a few days now. And we don't have that problem in LA, but there are plenty of places around the world where they're not getting enough sunlight. And so it's hard to like get that sleep-wake pattern. Stick on blue light first thing when you wake up, boom, instantly stops melatonin production. If you cannot get your ass out of bed, put the blue light right next to your bed, stick that blue light on while you're still laying down. Boom, instant melatonin stops. Okay, orange light. Does that make sense, everybody? That's why blue light, and when you look at the depth that it goes, blue light is surfacey. That's why it kills the bacteria. That's why it works on those imperfections on the skin, on the surface. When I do microneedling and I'm going to repair my skin, I use red light, I use near infrared light, and I use blue light because all of the superficial stuff, all the very surfacey stuff will heal a lot faster with blue light. Super important. Okay, let's go to orange light. Orange light, the nanometers is 610. So you're looking at it in between here. in between the yellow and the red. So it's in here. It's in that depth. Let's see what that targets when that wavelength hits that spot within the dermis. Orange light at 610 nanometers promotes skin vitality by gently stimulating collagen production. Because it's not as deep as red, it's not going to be as intense of stimulating collagen production, but I'm going to tell you right now, some people are sensitive to light. And so there are many people on this planet that cannot use red light. They will get too much energy in the cell and it will begin to itch. Does that happen to anybody here? It mostly happens to my very excited clients who get these devices and then just continue to press the buttons, and they'll do like 5 treatments in a row. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's a reason why there's a timer on these things, you guys. Don't do that, okay? Latin Jersey girl said, I don't think I've ever seen orange or heard much about it. You're going to start hearing a lot about that, and you're going to start hearing a lot about green. Because if you can't use orange, if you've got super sensitive skin, if every skin topical thing you put on your skin irritates it, red light is going to energize the skin more than what you would want it to do if you're hypersensitive. Orange light is going to be your best friend. It gently stimulates collagen production, improves circulation and oxygen flow, brightens and revitalizes dull skin, leaving it fresh and glowy. That's one thing that I did realize is like my skin glows when I use orange. Helps to reduce redness and soothes sensitive or irritated skin. So for craft's sake says I have very sensitive skin, orange light as opposed to the red light might work way better for you, because you don't want to do something that, think about this. If you've got super sensitive skin and red light increases circulation and decreases inflammation, so it decreases it, but it's energizing the skin cell enough that it's causing you to have inflammation in your skin, you're not benefiting from the red light. Does that make sense? You want to gently do that so that you're not triggering an inflammatory response in your skin. Some people can only do that with orange light. Okay? So helps reduce redness and soothes sensitive and irritated skin, enhances overall skin radiance. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work because it's not as strong. We are in that mentality of go big or go home, and sometimes going big is not the best thing for your skin. As for 87, is orange better for someone, is orange better for someone who may get melasma as compared to red? Yes, absolutely, yes. Repairs mild discoloration, enhances overall skin radiance, leaving the complexion brighter and more even toned, supports even complexion without causing irritation. So if you have sensitive skin and you're stimulating that ATP production and energizing the skin, it could backfire on you. That's why. Nurse Ellie just joined. Nurse Ellie, Injector Nurse Ellie, look at my neck. Great job. Injector Nurse Ellie just did a hyper-diluted radius in the neck. I don't have any filler in the face at all. I wanted to try a hyper-diluted radius in the neck. I'm going to have once I get the after pictures, because this is just, I want to say 5 days, I had no bruising at all, which is insane. I think it's all of this stuff that I am doing. I had no bruising, and it was gnarly, the cannula she used for my neck. I have reels that I'm going to publish in the next couple of weeks. I want to get the full effect and do an after picture, and I'll publish that. Okay, back to LET therapy. Okay, so orange light is your friend if you have sensitive skin. Going bigger with the red light and deeper does not mean better. And doing things like this are completely off the table if you have sensitive skin. Don't do it. Latin Jersey girl said, I've seen before and after pics of people using copper peptide with red light therapy. Is it good or bad using any serums? That's not where the heavy hitting is. There are some serums that will increase the intensity of the red light therapy. I don't know exactly how that does that, other than maybe topically stimulating circulation. It's very difficult for me to understand how a topical solution is going to help with the light, especially since it bypasses the epidermis, which is that outer layer. It doesn't matter if you have makeup on. red light therapy doesn't stop with makeup. It will go through makeup. It will go through skincare. You just don't want to get the back of your mask all dirty by putting it on with using makeup, but that doesn't mean that it's ineffective, right? So I don't know where I was going with that, but let's just move on. Let's go to the violet light, okay? So red, near infrared, the blue, the orange for sensitive skin, violet. So when we're looking at this, violet, oh my gosh, I don't even know where violet would be in here. It's 430. So we're looking at, it's literally below the red light therapy. I mean, below the blue link. So violet light at 430 nanometers offers several skincare benefits. It's known for its antibacterial properties. So it is more shallow than blue light. So blue light at 465 is where my mask is. Violet light is 430. So it's even more surfacey than blue. Does that make sense? More surface level than blue. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't have benefits. So if you're somebody that suffers from acne, would you only use blue? No. Don't you want to use blue and like something a little bit more shallow and something a little bit, if I had acne, what I would do literally is I would use red because red helps with a lot of different things, circulation, all of that stuff. But I would use violet, blue, green. That's where I would play if I was in acne, and then I always would add red. Let's just keep going. It's known for its antibacterial properties, making it effective in targeting acne-causing bacteria, also helping to clear breakouts. Additionally, violet light can assist in reducing inflammation and promoting a more balanced skin tone, which is particularly beneficial for those dealing with blemishes and oily skin. Regular use may also help reduce the appearance of mild scars and support overall skin clarity. So it's basically clearing up the blackheads. You're getting it really on the surface with the violet and a little bit deeper with the blue. Okay, so all of that is antimicrobial, all of that is antibacterial. It will help with clearing up a complexion. Cyan, so that's the next one. It's almost like I'll show you what the color is. It's at 500 nanometers. So it's almost like it's different than the regular blue. So this is the cyan. Let me show you the regular blue. Turn it off real quick. We got red, we have near infrared, we have blue. That's the regular blue. This is the one that is the typical one that is prescribed for people who suffer from acne. Okay, so that's the blue. Keep this in mind, how bright this is. We go to the orange, we go to the violet, now we're at the cyan. It's almost like a turquoisey kind of blue, right? And it's at 500 nanometers. Let me put this back on. Look at how easy. Woo, done. I know. I don't have time to mess around, people. Okay, so cyan light at 500 nanometers is known for its ability to calm and soothe the skin. So all my people out there with the hypersensitive skin, this is calming. You've had something where you've broken your skin barrier, or you've put on something that's caused a little bit of rash, this is your friend. So it reduces inflammation and irritation. It can help improve skin clarity by targeting redness and blemishes, and is often used to promote a balanced and healthy complexion. Additionally, cyan light may aid in gentle skin rejuvenation without causing sensitivity, making it suitable for those with easily irritated skin. So, recap. Ideal for sensitive and redness-prone skin, reduces inflammation and redness, gently treats rosacea. So again, it's more for like, if you are sensitive and you need to treat these things as well, this is going to be your friend. So gently treats rosacea and acne, encourages oxygen flow to damaged tissue, speeding up recovery time. I will often use this too when I'm doing microneedling, when I'm recovering from microneedling. Treats minor wounds and post-procedure skin healing. Great for post-procedure skin healing, because you don't want to increase if I just microneedled, think about this, you guys. If I just microneedled and my body is still trying to seal that up and stop that, and I'm increasing circulation with red light, I'm prolonging the wound healing. It is timing. That's why I never put on a red light therapy mask directly after microneedling. You want that to kind of, those holes to close up. You want that scab, not scab, the metaphorical scab, to come to promote the healing. So it gets that skin barrier, to where it's not perforated again. So all of that stuff is super important. Okay. Encourages oxygen flow to damaged tissue, speeding up recovery time. Like I said, you don't want to increase circulation as you're still technically bleeding from microneedling. So doing something a little bit less deep that doesn't affect the circulation, but really treats that actual micro trauma, this is great for that. Absolutely great for that. Then in a couple days or the day after, I switch to red. So I will oftentimes start with healing with blue and the cyan, and then switch to red the next day. I'm going to get to these questions, I promise. I promise I'm going to scroll back up. Treats minor wounds and post-procedure healing, which I said helps to repair sun damage, has a calming effect on both the skin and the mood. That's cyan at 500 nanometers. This is my favorite it's my second favorite. This is my second favorite light spectrum, green. And you're going to be hearing a lot of green. In fact, Car 07, can I do 10 minutes of green and 10 minutes of orange right after? Absolutely. You can sit here and in 80 minutes, 80, go through every single light spectrum. You want to turn on a TV show that you're binge watching and go through all the light spectrums, toggle it over. You can do it in 5 minutes each. So 5 times 8, right? Or you can do it in 10 minutes each, 8 different spectrums. So you can toggle through each one, and it's literally going at a different layer of your skin directly. It's like lifting weights directly, as opposed to just broad blanketing it with yoga, right? You want to build muscle mass, you're going to broad blanket it with yoga. Yeah, do that, but also directly affect what you're trying to work on. Let's talk about green light. This is why I absolutely love it. Reduces age spots, reduces hyperpigmentation, reduces sunspots, evens out skin tone. Why? I'm going to show you right now. Because the green light hits right where the melanocytes are. The green light directly. So can you get that with red light? Yeah, it's going to coat it all. It's going to do all that. If you treat it directly, you're going to have a much better result. A much better result. I do both. I treat it directly, sunspot, and I will not only do that, I have not come up with a neck attachment yet, you guys. I'm not joking. I do this all the time. I'm not kidding. Because it's so easy for for the big Velcro attachment, I'll work on my sunspots on my shoulders, let it go a couple cycles, switch it over to the other shoulder. I'll put it on my chest, just lay this on my chest while I'm watching TV or something. It's unbelievable what green light can do for your skin, especially in midlife, because that's when we start seeing all of that hyperpigmentation, all of those years and years of sun damage start coming to the surface, right? So it's super effective to not only treat that with the blanket of red light therapy, but to hit it directly, right in the melanocytes, directly where the melanocytes live. Let's talk about green light. Reduces age spots, hyperpigmentation, sunspots, and evens out skin tone. Soothes and calms irritated skin and reduces redness. Yep, it does that too. Treats conditions like rosacea and eczema. I can tell you right now, my rosacea has gotten so much better from green light. Strengthens the skin barrier. How many of us have destroyed our skin barrier at one point or another? I have. Multiple times. Too strong of a retinoid on my neck, whatever it is. This will help to strengthen that skin barrier and make it more resilient to environmental stressors. It minimizes dark spots and discolorations for a brighter complexion. It supports overall skin rejuvenation and radiance. Normalizes sebaceous glands. This is why it helps with rosacea. Normalizes sebaceous glands, which rosacea is an overactivity of sebaceous glands. Normalizes sebaceous glands to reduce blackhead formation and moderate oil production. This is how it helps with rosacea. has an overall calming effect. When I put this mask on at night, and on the brochure, which is wrong, science just keeps moving at the speed of light, everybody. They used to think that green light stimulated melatonin production because it has something, what they call like rapid sleep. And it happens to me. It is such a calming color that it has this calming effect on not only your skin, but on your body, on your mood. And so they used to think, or there is some research that said, oh, perhaps this is from stimulating melatonin production. That's why people sleep quick. It is rapid sleep. They don't think it's from stimulating melatonin production, but I'm sure that they're going to find out a lot more in the years to come when more research is done on different light spectrums. But it does improve sleep, and it happens the same thing with my assistant, Janie, who's got a 2-year-old. When she puts on a green light therapy mask, when she puts this on the green light spectrum, when she puts this on the green light spectrum, she said she instantly falls asleep. And oftentimes wakes up with the mask still on her and she's got to take it off because it has such a calming effect. I do this at night and it literally helps me sleep. So may improve sleep by initiating rapid sleep. There are those individuals, I am one of them, I am active. My brain is active. My body is active. I am in it, in the world, doing my stuff. And there's oftentimes where you're up here, right? You're up here and your thought process and what do you have to do and what's the to-do list and what's going on and what client is doing this. And then you put on something like a green light that calms those ruminations, calms that parasympathetic nervous system, calms the sympathetic nervous system, kickstarts that parasympathetic nervous system. And that is enough for some people to literally have them drift off. And it happens to me almost every single night. It's true. So it may improve sleep by initiating rapid sleep, reduces headaches and migraines. If you have got a headache, if your eyes are strained from too much blue light from your devices, too much computer screens, tension headache, whatever it is, put on a green light and you will see that it helps so much with migraines and pain. It really does. May improve mood by reducing anxiety and depression. Yeah, so it is just a calming light spectrum, and that's at 530 nanometers. Last one that we have is amber at 590 nanometers. So it is right in here. So we're looking at 590. It's right before this. This is where it is right here. And so we look at where that is. It's not quite as deep as the melanocytes, but it's right in that epidermis. It is doing things, you guys, when it's hitting there. So amber. While amber light is primarily recognized for its soothing effects on conditions like rosacea and eczema. Again, so anytime you see the rosacea and eczema or sensitive skin, you see them in the guidebook. And again, just forget about in terms of the green, improve sleep by stimulating melatonin production. That is inconclusive right now. There is something called rapid sleep. And so that could be why people are falling asleep with the green. I think that that's why it's doing that to me. But when you look at these and you're looking at your skin and what your concerns are, do the ones that are best for your skin. So if you have sensitive skin, then you can do stuff like amber, green, cyan, find the ones that are great for your needs and then do those. And it might be a combination of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 8 spectrums, right? Do the ones that you feel. You can do 10 minutes of green and 10 minutes of orange right after. Yeah, we already went over that. Okay, let me scroll down real quick. Green and orange settings might be my new favorite settings. Yay. Wait, who was that? Who said that? Ooh, God, I almost canceled out of the whole thing. That would have been bad. The lady oh my God. The lady in okay. Cute profile picture with your hat. You guys, I have astigmatism, so it's hard for me to kind of, and people who are on here a lot know this, it's hard for me to kind of read the comments here and read this because I've got one eye, I've got one bionic eye. 80 minutes, yes, 80 minutes, love it. All the spectrums, I love that, yes. Okay, so amber, we're talking about amber now. This is the last. This is number 8 of the 8 spectrums, primarily recognized for soothing effects on conditions like rosacea and eczema. Some studies and anecdotal reports suggest that it may also have benefits for individuals with psoriasis, and that's because of its role in inflammation. So if you've got plaque psoriasis or things like that, you can absolutely lay an amber light over the top of it. Its calming and anti-inflammatory properties can help reduce redness and irritation associated with psoriasis flare-ups. Although it is not considered a primary treatment for this condition, individuals with psoriasis should consult a healthcare professional before incorporating amber light. Of course, all of that, right? So it may improve skin texture. There is some research about skin texture, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been having some skin textural problems as I'm getting older, primarily around the chin area, which is a sign of hormone fluctuations, right? So may improve skin texture, may be used to improve psoriasis and eczema, alleviates redness and sunburns, improves circulation and skin hydration, soothes the skin, and gently promotes collagen. So that's it. That is the Live Young 8-in-1 wireless LED mask. Like I said, it's next level. I wouldn't come up with a product just to make money. I do that in coaching, you guys. The 2 things that are still up for grabs, because now this is still up for grabs, obviously. I'm going to announce the winner next Saturday on Instagram Live, where we're going to be doing a giant supplement giveaway. So every Saturday, a winner is announced and a new giveaway is also announced. The only thing that is not going to follow that schedule is the announcement of the winner of the 10-week course. And that's because it's such a big giveaway. It's worth almost $3,000. It is half price right now on sale for less than $1,500, but it is 10 straight weeks. So when I tell people it's $1,500 and that's half price, they're like, oh my God. Literally, it's a little bit more than $100 a week for 10 straight weeks on 10 different subjects, all pertaining to aging, and I spend an entire week on skin. You can get to that giveaway because I am giving it away. I just want as many people to join that giveaway as possible. So I'm not going to announce that winner until right before Christmas. That is an ongoing giveaway. So it is not too late to join that. You can comment the word method. It will get you to that giveaway. It'll get you to the course. And you can enter the giveaway that way as well. So all of that is still up for grabs. And I will announce the winner of the Live Young 8-in-1 wireless LED mask next Saturday. And then we'll start the giveaway for all of the weight management supplements. I think I have 5 different supplements that I'm going to put on a massive sale, just massive. That's one of the great things about having my own products is I can do things like that, and I love it. But that said, I would not come up with a product that I didn't think was badass, and this is exactly what that is. So if you want a chance to win this, when I post this to my main feed, which I'm going to do right now, comment the word red light. It will get you the link to that mask, and then you put in the code LY for Live Young, LY mask 50. 50% off now through Cyber Monday. I'm not doing it again. It will not ever be this low. It will not go below 50% off, everybody. And if you win this in the drawing, I will refund your money unless you want 2 of them. Okay. Right now it is on sale. Like I said, 50% off. Normally $395 is the retail. It's under $200 right now, $197.50. Okay. That's all I got. I'll see you guys next Saturday for a major giveaway on weight management supplements. Lots of different stuff. Sugar Sponge, Crave Control, Berberine, my Fiberline, Probiotic Lean, all of that is going to be on sale next week. Major sale. Izzy, the LY50, it's LY mask 50. And only put that when I post this to my main feed, which I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to get off of here. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. I know you guys have so many places you can be on Saturday. I am humbled and honored and grateful that you choose to spend this time with me to learn not only how to live longer, but how to look your best while doing it, because that's what this whole thing is about. That's what the jam is. Okay, I'll see you guys next Saturday. Send this to your friends, you guys. Enter multiple entries, all help, okay? All right.